Hmm?
So as you're speaking these words, understand that you're activating that power. See, accepting it and then reconditioning is this process of saying it over and over and over. And then you start to see yourself there. And here's why it's so critical that you see yourself where you want to be. Because when you start to see yourself where you want to be, I promise you, other people will see you exactly how you see yourself.
All right, all right. Believe Nation, what's going on? Man, we got some people that joined us today. Yeah, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Y'all good? Yeah, you guys, do they look excited? Are they hearing music or something? They can hear music? Okay, all right, good deal. All right, guys, super excited to be back. This is Believe Nation. This is David Imonitie. Really excited to be on here with you guys. Happening. We're in full preparation right now for the event of the year that's coming up July the 16th, 17th, over in Orlando, Florida. Plans are already in motion right now. Things are going to be off the chain. This event is going to be life changing. I can't wait for it. We're just in March, but I feel like it's, it's like next week or something. But we've got all of March and April and May and June. up until July. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even be 37 anymore. I'll be 38 by the time. 38-year-old David. Now, that's gonna be. I know I don't look it, so I appreciate that. Thank you guys. But yes, guys, listen. The early bird pricing for the event is over. Right now, we're in the early bird. Okay. So for the VIP admission, it is $897. All right, $897 for the VIP admission. Normally it's $1597. That will be the final price once we go through the early bird period. But then we also have the gold ticket. The gold ticket is $397, I believe. $397 for the gold ticket as well. Now, because I do work with a lot of leaders, because I do work with entrepreneurs and people that really want to get their teams, their organizations, they want to get them to this event. We decided to put together a leadership pack, okay? A leadership pack for VIP and for gold. So the VIP leadership pack, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually online right now. You can actually go and get it, believenation.events. The leadership pack is where you can actually get 10 tickets for $6,997. So basically, $7,000. You can get 10 tickets all at one time, and that is what I call the leadership pack. All right. So if you're a leader, you're an entrepreneur, you're building an organization, you're building a team, you're building a church, you're building your employees, whatever it is, and you want to get people to this event, we wanted to give you guys an opportunity to buy in bulk. All right. So get 10 tickets, get 20 tickets, and you can actually get that little bit of a discount getting the leadership pack. All right. So we have it for VIP and we actually have it for the gold admission as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really pumped up about this event. I really am. I can't really contain myself because I know what is going to happen for each and every one of you that actually get to this event. The goals, the dreams, the desires that you have, the life that you want to create, ladies and gentlemen. I truly believe that we're going to be able to give you everything that you need in order to be able to accomplish all the great things that you truly deserve. You know, here in Believe Nation, we're really focused on 7 different pillars. All right. And I don't know if we have a PowerPoint for that yet. If we don't, let's go ahead and create that. But I want you guys to really understand the purpose of what Believe Nation is all about. It isn't a belief and achievement platform, but we don't want you just to believe and achieve for financial gain. All right. I know that is really where what a lot of people come to Believe Nation for, is because they want to, have the money, they want to have the lifestyle and all that good stuff. And those things are great. I don't think that they're not, but I do believe that your spirituality is what's most important. I believe that if you seek that side of life first, everything else will be added. Because the things that you really want in the physical, they first have to be manifested in the spirit realm. And when you have the spiritual awareness, what that really means is you're aware of the power that's on the inside of you. You're aware of the God that's on the inside of you. When people ask me, well, David, what do you contribute to your success? The very first thing I say is the grace of God. I didn't always know that. I didn't always understand that. Even after earning my first few million, it was after I lost everything and really turned back to Him, really turned back to God and said, okay, you're the source. You're the reason for the season. That's when I really start to understand it. Now, I thought I did, but I really did not until probably about almost 5 years ago now. So your spirituality and your awareness is really the first thing we're really going to really dive into when you get into Believe Nation. That's what we're going to dive into at this event that's coming up here, the I Believe Experience. You're going to leave there knowing, having a connection to God, having a connection to the power that's on the inside of you. All right. That is the awareness. Because once you have the awareness of it, and then you can accept it, right? That you deserve that, right? That it is you, right? And when I say you, that it's God that's on the inside of you that gives you the power to go out and create wealth and create the life that you really want. Then you can start the process of reconditioning. Because it doesn't happen overnight. Once the awareness comes and you accept it, It doesn't mean that the very next day you're going to go out and create the life that you want. No, there's going to be a process of reconditioning, ladies and gentlemen, where you're going to have to work at this every single day. And that's what these calls are all about. That's what Believe Nation is really all about. We got some amazing, amazing news as well. I don't know if I should announce it right now or maybe wait. I don't know. Maybe I will. See how I feel. But spiritual awareness. Then we're going to really focus on your emotional strength. Your emotional strength. Because what we've realized, especially with 2020, a lot of people were in a bad state emotionally. Even though it seemed like the whole world was falling down, and with this pandemic or this plandemic, whatever it is you want to call it, ladies and gentlemen, we've had challenges in life before. There's always been trials and tribulations. He says that as long as we're on this earth, there'll be challenges, there'll be trials and tribulations. But he said, be of good cheer. Right? So being of good cheer is an emotional state. And the reason why he says be of good cheer is because I've overcome the world. Well, me overcoming the world, this I that has overcome the world, ladies and gentlemen, that's the spiritual awareness part. Because the I that has overcome the world, that's the word that's overcome the world. So I can get myself in the right emotional state. I can be of good cheer regardless of what's going on in life, regardless of what's going on with my family, regardless of what's going on with my finances, regardless of what's going on with my health. I can still be of good cheer because the spirit man has already overcome the world. Does that make sense? So it's all connected and it's important. Spirituality and awareness is number one. And then we have your emotional strength. Now, once you have those two things, then we want to really tackle your leadership, right? Your leadership, because now when you develop yourself as a leader, now it allows you to really take care of the right relationships, right? Because your relationships, whether it's with your family, your immediate family, your extended family, maybe it's your spouse, right? Your children. So it's all tied in together, spirituality and awareness. And then you've got your emotional state that you're in, your ability to lead, all right? And then we're going to tackle your relationships as well. And relationships, ladies and gentlemen, the bottom line to that is really just leading with love. Leading with love. Because, listen, guys, in family, that's where a lot of the hurt and that's where a lot of the pain, but also that's where a lot of the joy and that's where a lot of the love is really shared. There's really not going to be too many people that are going to love you more than your own family. And if you have maybe been through life where maybe you've had challenges within your family, or maybe you felt like you weren't really loved in your family, I promise you at one point or another, God was able to introduce you to maybe a new group of people that could serve as your family. But it doesn't mean that because they're family that they're going to be perfect. It doesn't mean that because they're family, they're going to show love to you all the time. But you take the responsibility and say, you know what? Regardless of what my family does, it doesn't do. Regardless of what my spouse does, it doesn't do. Regardless of what my children do, it don't do. I'm going to show love. I'm going to lead with love. So we're going to dive into that as well. So you've got spirituality and awareness. You've got your emotional state that you're in. We've got your ability to lead, leadership. Then we've got your relationships. Now we want to tackle your health, right? Your health and your fitness, right? How important is that, right? Because, you can have all the money in the world, but that doesn't buy health, right? It just doesn't. So we want to make sure that you've got the right fitness and you've got the right health and vitality and energy, because without that, none of this stuff matters. So we're going to have some of the best of the best. We just locked in one of the world's greatest trainers right now. He's actually going to be at this event. I'm not going to let the cat out the bag on anybody yet that's going to be at this event, but we've locked down some amazing, amazing people that will be at this event as well. And then obviously we want to tackle your number 6. We want to tackle your financial fitness, right? All right, because look, you want the money. There's no doubt about it, right? Can you truly be happy without money? Maybe. I don't think so, because money is not everything, right? But it ranks up there with oxygen. You kind of need it to live, right? It allows you to do more, allows you to give more, allows you to do more for your friends, your family members, right? It allows you to really be able to have options, right? So we want to make sure you're financially fit. And financially fit doesn't necessarily mean that you're a billionaire, all right? Financially fit could be, hey, you're making $100,000 a year, or you're making $100,000 a month, or whatever it is, but you know what to do with money. You know how to grow it. You know how to multiply it. You know how to preserve it. All right. You take care of your taxes. All right. We want to really show you how to do those things as well. And then last but not least is your contribution and your purpose in life. I believe that every single one of you should be living out your purpose and making a contribution to humanity. And the way to do that, ladies and gentlemen, is you have to find a way to serve the masses. You have to find a way to give back to mankind. That's what Believe Nation is for me. Believe Nation for me is a way for me to give back. I can tell you this right now, when you look at the cost to get into this event, it is nowhere near the value of what you're going to receive from this event. I've been to events like this, and I wouldn't be who it is that I am today if I didn't invest my $3,000 to go to my very first UPW. And that was just the ticket to get into the event. That was not the flight. That was not the hotel. All right. I wouldn't be where it is that I am today if I was not in that event. And I've done that over and over and over again. I wouldn't be the person that I am today if I hadn't invested in courses and seminars, all right, to become the person that I am today. But here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. You know this by now. I don't do this for money. All right. Believe Nation is a complete free platform that we've actually put together. The budget for this event is in the 7 figures. All right. It's in the 7 figures to actually put this entire event together. And I'm actually putting that out first before any ticket is actually sold. All right. That was my mentality for this event. So I want you to understand, you're going to find whatever that purpose is for you. All right. Whatever that purpose is, that way you're going to contribute to the world. We want to help you find that so you can live that out. I don't believe that you're going to be truly happy in life without living out your purpose. All right, whatever that is. We're going to find that out, and you're going to start to live it. All right, and our goal is to help you live it every single day. Now, we want you to connect. All right, I want to connect with you on a personal level. So I'm giving you my cell phone number. All right, this is a way for us to communicate and a way for me to communicate with you as well. The number's right there. You can text me right now. I'll be responding back to each and every one of you. 832-219-8157. All right, so go ahead and send me a text. Let's stay connected. I'll be sending you information. You can send in questions as well. So maybe when I get on these lives, I can answer some of the questions that you guys send in through text messages as well. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into today's call, today's lesson. I did a call the other day for Justin Owens, his organization that he leads. And I did a call and I said, you know what, I should share this in Believe Nation. In 2010, I was in Tampa, Florida. And I'll tell you guys, a lot of the trainings that I do, the Holy Spirit just drops it in there, and it's really great. That's when you know it's not really you, it's him. In 2010, I was with Bass Grant. We were selling coffee, all right? We were selling coffee, and I did the presentation, and at the end, I did a training, and I called the training the WIN formula. I think it's still on YouTube. I think if you type in WIN formula on YouTube, David Imonitie, it'll probably pop up. But over the years, that was back in 2010. We're in 2021 now. It's 11 years later. This WIN formula has evolved. It hasn't changed that much, but there's some new things that I want to share with you today about the formula. Now, when you look at those 7 different pillars that we talked about, you look at anywhere in your life, whether it's in your family, in your relationships, whether it's in your fitness, whether it's in your finances, whether it's in your spirituality, there's a way for you to win in every single one of those areas. Do you want to win? What do you want to win at? What game are you playing right now? All right, that you want to win at. If you're playing the financial game, you want to win at that. All right, how do I go about doing that? There's a formula, all right, that allows you to actually win in life. And I've used this formula repeatedly over and over and over again. Anything that I want to accomplish, the goals that I have right now, the dreams that I have right now, the things that I'm believing for, I utilize this formula right here. All right, now, you guys know I love the self-confidence formula. And one of the things that you'll realize is that the information that I share with you, it's not new, all right? There's nothing new under the sun. It's not this new revelation, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, and we do that on a repetitious basis because one day it's going to hit. The Bible is the same Bible, right? It's the same word. It's the same book. It's the same audio. You know, Stranger's Secret has never changed. but I've listened to it thousands of times. Magic of Believing has never changed, but I listened to it thousands of times, right? You know, audios by Ivy Hilliard, it's never changed. He says the same thing every single time. But it's listening to it over and over and over and over and downloading it and getting the right program in my mind is what allows me to go out and continue to do what it is that we do every single day. So I want you to pay attention to what we're going to share with you right now about the win formula. So just think about it right now. You have a goal. I want to win in the area of my health. I want to win in the area of my finances, right? So how do I go about doing this, David? Well, one of the things that I've learned, in order to be successful, you got to really focus in on who you're listening to. All right, who you're listening to. My life changed when I found the person that I was going to listen to. All right, the person that had the results. If you want to have the right body, right? If you want to have the right health and fitness and vitality, you got to listen to someone that has that. All right? You know, you hear the saying, don't talk to a bald man about growing hair, right? If you want to be successful financially, you got to talk to someone who is already successful financially, right? So who are you listening to, right? And then they've already done what it is that you want to do. So you can actually follow the exact blueprint of what it is that they've done. Maybe they did it in real estate. You can follow exactly what they did in real estate. Maybe they did it owning a traditional business. You can follow exactly what they did in that traditional business. Maybe they built a ministry. You can follow exactly what they did to build that ministry. Or maybe they built a network marketing business. You can follow exactly what they did to build that network marketing business. Success is really not that hard. You want to be successful in family and relationships. Find someone who has been successful at that and do exactly what they tell you to do if that's what you want to win at. All right, spirituality. Find someone that you believe is spiritually aware, that's really connected to God, that really understands the word, and study and listen to them. Guys, I can tell you this right now. I was very fortunate. I was very blessed to be born to David and Kumbi, because they put me around the word very early. I'll just be 100. I don't pick up the Bible and read it every single day. I don't. But there's so much word that's been downloaded over the years. It's in there. It has no choice but to come out. So whenever a situation comes up, I revert back to that and say, okay, what does that say about that situation? All right? And it gives me that peace. It gives me that comfort. All right? So you've got to look and say, okay, who has done what it is that I want to do? And I'm going to listen to them. That's how simple success is. And then you have to decide, I'm going to be teachable and coachable. If they tell me to do this, I'm not going to question it in my mind. I'm going to do it. All right? I'm going to do it. You got to be willing to learn, and you got to be willing to change. All right? But the biggest thing that I've learned, ladies and gentlemen, when I talk about the 4 basics to success, is number 3, when we talk about spirituality and the physical, right? The super and the natural. I love this because when I figured it out that everything that shows up, see this right here? See this globe? This is a physical object, but before it became a physical object, it existed in the invisible. It existed in the spirit realm. It existed in someone's mouth. Someone said, I'm going to make this globe. Someone did that. All right, someone said that. You know, this camera that I'm looking at right now. All right, this phone that I'm on right now. All right, everything. This plant. If it's a real plant, no, I don't know. Whatever it is, this glass table, right? This carpet, the studio. All right, it existed in the spirit realm first. Now, the spirit realm, ladies and gentlemen, that is the words that you're speaking. So when we talk about the WIN formula, the first word that we're really going to focus in on with the W, because you know I love acronyms, is will. Is your will. Now, I'm a very simple person. So what I do is I look up definitions of words. All right, if you know me by now, you know I do that. So I just went on Google, meaning of the word will. Check this out. I was so excited when I saw this because the will is part of your five senses of your soul. All right? It's part of the five senses of your soul. You have your will, your emotions. What is it again, Mom? Your imagination, your intellect, and your mind. All right? So you have five senses of your soul. Your will is one of them. But check this out. The meaning of the word will says expressing the future tense. So if I'm going to win in the area of my health, if I'm going to win in the area of my finance, if I'm going to win in the area of relationships, if I'm going to win in the area of my spirituality and my connection to God, if I'm going to win when it comes to my purpose, when it comes to, my health or finances, or if I'm going to win as a leader, I've got to have my will in place. And to have your will in place, what it says, look, put it up again. It says it's the expressing of future tense, expressing the future tense. So my question for you is, what future tense are you expressing every single day? Now, when I express something, when something is expressed, what does that mean? That means that my mouth, right? My mouth is open. I'm actually speaking something. So my will is not speaking about what is currently happening. That's the problem with most people when it comes to winning. They only speak about the current situation. Your kids are acting up. You speak about the fact that your kids are acting up. Right? Your finances are in the toilet. You speak about your finances being in the toilet. So you're speaking about the current situation, but your will says, I'm expressing future tense. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am. That is your will. You've got to create an affirmation for all one of those pillars. I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm so happy and grateful now. It's future tense. It's not currently happening right now in the physical, in the natural, but I'm utilizing my will. I'm utilizing one of the five senses of my soul to actually create the future that I desire. Does that make sense? So my will, ladies and gentlemen, this is my will, not my current situation, not what's going on right now, not what your bank account says, not the state of your home is, not the state of where your health is right now, not the state of where your business is right now. Sometimes we get in business, the business that I built over the last 17 years, you have ranks, you have positions, and sometimes you may lose that rank. Sometimes your business may go backwards. Sometimes sales may go backwards. Right? You look at what happened last year, 2020. A lot of people lost their business. And guess what they were doing? They're constantly speaking about their current situation. But the will says that I'm expressing future tense. I'm expressing the future tense. What's that future tense that you're expressing every single day? What are you speaking every single day? I'm so happy and grateful now. That is the number one affirmation in Believe Nation. I'm so happy and grateful now. We have a language here. We have a particular way that we speak here, all right? And the language that we have is all belief. I'm so happy and grateful now that my health, my vitality is the best that it's ever been. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have great relationships with my family, with my immediate family, my extended family. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm really connected to the Spirit. I'm really connected. I have a great awareness of the power that's on the inside of me. I'm so happy and grateful now that I earn $1 million every single day. Regardless of what the market does today, regardless of where my business is today, my will says the future tense. My will does not talk about the current situation. Stop talking about your current situation. Even if your current situation is great, even if your current situation is amazing, it says forget all things, the good and the bad, pressing forward. You've got to be speaking where it is you're going. I'm grateful for where it is that I am right now. And if you're in a challenging place right now, be grateful for that too, because that's preparing you. You may not want to believe that right now. You may not want to understand that right now. It may not really feel good right now. But that does not give you an excuse not to express the future tense. I can promise you this. If you only speak your current situation, that is the future you will continue to live. Okay? If you only speak your current situation, ladies and gentlemen, that is the future you would always live. All right? So my will is the first word. Now, W-I, the I is your imagination. Your imagination, this image maker. So this is part of the soul. See, it says, even as your soul prospers. That means even as my will prospers, even as my imagination prospers, even as my emotions prosper, even as my intellect prospers. So are you prospering when it comes to your emotions? Are you prospering when it comes to your imagination? Are you prosperous when it comes to your mind? Are you prosperous when it comes to your will? Because that's what's going to determine. I wish for you to be in good health. I wish that your body is good, but I also wish that your soul prospers. He said, what he's basically saying is, hey, I got the Spirit. I'm the Spirit. I'm God. You don't have to worry about me. But listen, I hope that your body is good. I hope that your soul is good. So you're the one that's really in control of what happens with your body and your soul. How do you use your will? How do you use your imagination? Are you constantly imagining bad things happening in your life? All right, look at the word imagination. The ability of the mind to be creative or resourceful. All right, I had another definition. I don't know if you guys have that as well, but it says the ability of the mind to be creative or resourceful. There's a second definition. If I can get my second phone, I can pull it up and read it out. All right, the ability of the mind. So look at that. The imagination is still has to do with what's happening in your mind. All right? What are you seeing every single day? All right? This is why I use signs. This is why I use pictures. This is why I carry a check with me. I've carried this check with me now for, it's going on 6 years that I've actually carried this check with me. Okay? Carried this check with me now for 6 years. All right? Because see, guys, everything is energy. Right? So I'm carrying this energy with me. All right? That's the definition. All right? I'm carrying this energy with me every single day. It's a check written out for $1 billion. I wrote it. It's actually, I wrote it in 2015, January 1st, 2015, because it was a 10-year goal that I set. Right? And it says 1/1/2025, $1 billion. Okay? But look at this definition. The faculty or action. See, that's the key thing there. Using your imagination as an action of forming new ideas. See, it's a new idea for you to become financially free. It's a new idea for you to have great relationships. It's a new idea for you to become an amazing leader, an amazing mentor. Forming those new ideas or images. That's why we use pictures. All right? Ivy Hilliard calls it the visualization booster, right? I want to boost my ability to imagine. So I'll get a physical picture. I'll write a physical check. Okay? I'll write a physical check, and this is why when you're on Instagram, when you're on social media, the types of pages that you follow. Are you following pages that show great couples? Are you following pages that show the lifestyle that you want to live? Are you following pages that allow you to see what's possible? Because not only do I need to use my will, right? Not only do I need to use my will when it comes to future tense and speaking and expressing it, I've got to use my eyes as well. I've got to use my ability to imagine, the faculty or the action of forming new ideas, images, or concepts of external objects, not present to my senses. See, right now, it's not present to my senses. Like if I look at my bank account right now, it's not present to my senses. There's $1 billion in there. But I've formed this new idea. I've got an image of it. Does that make sense? Of this external object, which is $1 billion, or whatever it is that you want. Doesn't matter. Right? And it's not present to my senses, but I can imagine it every single day. And I carry this energy with me every single day. Right? What I love about this, guys, is this is not something that I read in a book and then I'm coming to teach it to you. All right? I don't do that. I don't teach on what I haven't mastered. All right? I don't. If I teach it, it's because I've mastered it. It's because I'm doing it. All right? And I've done it at a very, very high level. All right? And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're still doing it. So as it continues to work, you can say, man, he said it. He said it. That's exactly what he said would happen, and it's happening. Okay? And it's taking place right now. Okay? So it's not going to be a shock. You're not going to go, oh my God, how did it happen? No, I told you. I use my will. I express future tense of where it is that I'm going. I never spoke about my current situation. Okay? Yes, things do happen. Challenges take place, and maybe you have a moment. All right, maybe you have a bad minute. Maybe you have a bad hour. Maybe you have a bad day. But you want to cut that down to where, guess what? Maybe you have a bad day. Because you don't want a bad year, right? Some people are having a bad year. I don't know how you do that, all right? If you had a bad year, cut it down to a bad month. You got a bad month, cut it down to a bad week. You got a bad week, cut it down to a bad day. Maybe cut it down to a bad hour, bad minute, all right? See, and what's happened, I'll tell you what's happened for me. A challenge, something may happen, a challenge may show up. And what will happen for me is I know it's preparing me. I know it's preparing me. I say, okay, this is preparing me. I need to be able to handle this. I need to be able to face this. I can't run from this. I got to be able to look at this and say, you know what, that's okay. I'll speak my future tense. All right? So when I would look at my back office and the numbers were going backwards, I speak increase. I speak increase into my business. Speaking, expressing what? The future tense. All right? And then imagining, seeing yourself, getting pictures, getting signs and putting them up everywhere so you can see it. And guys, over the process of time, here's what you can't do. Never, that's the end, never, okay? Never quit. Never quit. Quitting is an emotional state that you remain in. People quit because of an emotional state. They quit because of what they're hearing. They quit because of what they're seeing. And what you're hearing and what you're seeing puts you in an emotional state where you decide to throw in the towel. You decide to quit. Quitting and failure are two totally different things. On your journey to winning, you are going to fail. You're going to fail in relationships. You're going to fail in finances. You're going to fail with your health and your fitness. You're going to fail in leadership. There's no way around it. There's no perfect person that's walking the face of this earth. Matter of fact, God never really uses perfect people. He doesn't. Hey, countless amount of times he uses imperfect people to do what it is that he wants to be done. So quitting is an emotional state that you put yourself in based on what you're hearing, based on what you're speaking to yourself about that situation. Quitting is an emotional state that you put yourself in based on what it is that you're imagining, based on what it is that you're seeing. You're seeing that current situation, and because you're seeing the current situation, you can't see beyond it. All right? I said it yesterday. I was talking to a girl. I said, you got to make your goal so big, yesterday dies. All right? I remember coming up as an entrepreneur, I wanted to quit every single night. As a matter of fact, I think I did. Living on that twin-size bed, right? Coming home, 11, 12 o'clock at night, prospecting 20 people a day. Didn't know if the business was going to work. The business wasn't working. Didn't know if it was ever going to work. All right? Matter of fact, I did quit for about 6 months. I was teaching tennis with my dad for 6 months. From 7 a.m. to 12 because it was too hot in Houston. So I would come home and just be in the house. Right? Never quit. And you know what? Someone took me out of that. It was a gentleman that, he's fighting for his life right now. He kept calling me about an opportunity. I called my mom. I said, man, this guy keeps bothering me about this travel company. She said, well, just hear him out. Get him off your back, hear him out. She was actually in Nigeria. I don't know if she remembers this phone call. He said, well, just hear him out. So I invited him over to the house. We sat there in my dad's house at the kitchen table. And he showed me YTB, your travel biz. And he said, David, when you become a power team leader, for every 6 people you put in the business, we're going to pay you $1,000. I said, what? Right? So here's what happened. Someone expressed to me a different future. They didn't talk to me about my current situation. They didn't talk to me about how I was in a depressed state and I was living with my dad and teaching tennis and having no money and my child support was $50 a month. He didn't talk to me about that. He didn't talk to me about my current situation. He said, Dave, you put 6 people in as power team leader, you're going to make $1,000. Different will, different future. Then he showed me some checks. Said, look, I got some $1,000 checks. So now what? I got a different imagination. I got a different image. And that's what got me back in the game. And that gentleman was Silas King. Okay. Wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. Okay. God is going to put people in your life for a reason. He's going to put people in your life that will get you through different seasons. Okay. I didn't make a whole lot of money in that company, but I learned a lot from him. And we went on to do business and some other things as well. He went on to become I wish I could joke with him now about this, but he helped me make $45,000 in 2008 in YTV. I helped him make $250,000 in the coffee business. But God's going to put the right people in your life. The right situations, the right events is going to happen based on what you're speaking, the future tense that you're speaking. All right, the imagination, what you're seeing every single day for your life. Guys, it's just a matter of time. I promise you this. It's just a matter of time for you to succeed in whatever area of life you want to succeed in all areas. It's just a matter of time. But you got to forget the past. You got to forget the past failures and the challenges and all those things. There's nothing you can do about that. Use your will, the future tense, where it is that you're going. Express it every single day. Create the pictures, create the environment, create the imagination of the life that you want to live. It's a gift that God gave you. Even as thy soul prospers, even as thy imagination prospers. Is your imagination prospering right now? Is your will prosperous right now? All right. Have you set your mind? Have you set your mind on where it is that you want to go? Have you set your mind on the life that you truly want to live, or is your mind set on where it is that you are right now? Because your mind's going to give you whatever it is that you want. Your conscious mind, your subconscious mind does not reject information. It accepts everything you give it. That's why you've got to give it the right information all the time. And you give it the right information based on what you are expressing, and you give it the right information based on what it is that you're seeing. What is it you're imagining every single day? All right? And never quit. Never. That's the only way. There's 2 ways out of this, guys. I was talking with Tyree yesterday. There's 2 ways out of this. It's either you win or you quit. There's no middle ground here. It's only 2 choices. And I love that. I love the odds when you say there's only 2 choices for me out there. Win or quit. Because I'm not quitting. And neither are you. Okay? Neither are you. Guys, go to BelieveNation.events. Go to BelieveNation.events right now. Get that leadership pack. Get a group of people together. Get the leadership pack. All right? If you can't get the leadership pack, get your own individual ticket. All right? The event's going to sell out. It's going to sell out very, very fast. As time continues to get closer to it, the event's going to sell out very, very fast. I believe we'll be sold out by the month of May. It'll be completely sold out from this event. You don't want to miss it. I promise you. We're going to have a lot of videos, and you're going to see a lot of pictures and stuff. You want to be in the room. to experience what you're going to experience at this event. It's never been done before, I promise you. No one has ever taught it the way that I'm going to teach it. No one has ever put an environment like this together where you've got exactly what you need from a spiritual standpoint and from a physical standpoint. No one's done it. No one has done it. Okay? And no one has done it that has had the level of success that I've had prior to doing it. Most people that become successful at speaking and training, that's great. They usually made their money from actually doing the speaking and the training. That's not what happened for me. I used this information, went on to be successful. That's why I love Bob. Bob used this information, went on to become a millionaire. Then he decided he was going to teach it. And that's exactly what I decided in 2013 when I said we were going to positively impact the lives of 1 billion people. Okay? Didn't even know Believe Nation was going to come about. All right? But guess what? Any desire that you persistently hold in your mind will eventually seek some expression in order for you to accomplish it. Believe Nation is that expression, ladies and gentlemen. Go to believenation.events, get your ticket for the event. Okay? Get the leadership pack, get your groups there. I promise you right now. You get 50 people there on your team, you get 100 people there on your team, your company, your organization, your ministry, you get them to this event. I promise you, your life and their lives will never, ever, ever be the same. All right? I love you guys. Appreciate the crowd. This was nice. You guys enjoyed it? You guys enjoyed it? Can they hear me? Awesome. Well, guys, we'll see you next time. I'll let you know the next time we go live. They can hear me. You guys enjoyed it? Okay, good. All right. You got delayed reaction there. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you. I'll probably go live again sometime this month. All right. But go to believenation.events. Get your ticket for this event. It's going to be off the chain. All right. And don't forget, guys, all things are possible to those that believe. Let me show you how to believe. Take care.
So as you're speaking these words, understand that you're activating that power. See, accepting it and then reconditioning is this process of saying it over and over and over. And then you start to see yourself there. And here's why it's so critical that you see yourself where you want to be. Because when you start to see yourself where you want to be, I promise you, other people will see you exactly how you see yourself.